Michael Torres was 38 years old when he hit rock bottom, living on the streets of Los Angeles, sleeping under freeway overpasses, digging through dumpsters for food. He owed $300,000 and was addicted to alcohol and cocaine. His wife had left 2 years earlier, taking their 3 children. His family had turned their backs, and he had lost his auto repair shop and house. One cold December night, lying on a sidewalk in downtown LA, dirty and drunk, Michael looked up at the sky and said something that would change his life. "God, if you're real, either take me now or save me, because I can't do this anymore." Today, 8 years later, Michael is 46 and completely transformed. 8 years sober without a single relapse. He doesn't owe anyone a penny. He's rebuilt his relationship with his 3 kids, owns an auto shop generating $15,000 monthly, and leads a ministry helping other addicts find recovery. Michael grew up in a working-class family in East LA. His father worked construction and his mother cleaned houses. At 17, he dropped out of school to help support his family and got a job at an auto repair shop. By 22, he was a full mechanic making decent money. At 23, he met Patricia at church. They married and had 3 kids by the time he was 30. Michael opened his own shop, borrowing $60,000 to start Torres Auto Repair. By year 3, business was thriving, and he was making about $8,000 monthly. Then he started drinking. It began with a beer on Fridays after work, but soon became multiple beers, then whiskey. By 2011, Michael drank every day. Patricia begged him to stop, but Michael insisted he could quit whenever he wanted. He couldn't because he was already addicted. In 2012, someone offered him cocaine at a party. After refusing 3 times, drunk and curious, Michael said yes. That first line changed everything. He started using on weekends, spending over $2,000 monthly. Where did the money come from? His business. He took cash from the shop, didn't report repairs, kept money meant for suppliers. His employees noticed problems with late paychecks. Patricia noticed less money at home, and Michael becoming more irritable. When she asked if he was using drugs, he denied it. But by 2013, Michael used cocaine multiple times weekly while drinking daily. He borrowed money from friends and family, but never paid anyone back. By 2014, Michael owed $90,000. Patricia endured 5 years of his addiction, begging him to get help, but Michael wouldn't listen. In March 2015, Patricia took the kids and left, filing for divorce and getting full custody. When she left, something in Michael completely broke, and he sank deeper into addiction. He stopped going to the shop. Employees quit, customers left, suppliers sued. Torres Auto Repair closed in August 2015. Michael sold everything for drugs, including his tools, car, and wedding ring. By November, he was homeless, sleeping under bridges, eating from dumpsters. By mid-2016, Michael owed $300,000. Banks had sued him, his family stopped talking, his friends abandoned him. There were moments he thought about suicide. Then came Christmas Eve, 2016. Michael was lying on downtown LA street, freezing cold, watching families walk by with gifts and children. He realized his kids were somewhere celebrating Christmas while their father lay in the street like trash. Michael started crying and screamed, "God, if you're real, help me. Either take me now or save me, because I can't do this anymore." In that moment, broken and desperate, Michael felt a presence, a peace, a clarity. He heard in his heart, "Get up and walk. Go to the church on 5th Street." Michael hadn't been to church in 8 years, but he got up and walked. When he arrived, there were lights inside. A Christmas Eve service was happening. He walked in, dirty and smelling bad. Everyone stared, but Pastor James came down, walked toward Michael, and hugged him. "Welcome, brother. What do you need?" Michael fell to his knees. "I need help. I'm an addict. I've lost everything, but I want to change." That night, Michael's life began to change. Pastor James took him to a Christian shelter. The next day, the pastor got him into a rehabilitation center paid by church donations. 3 days later, Michael entered rehab. The first days were hell, as withdrawal made him shake, sweat, and vomit. After 2 weeks, physical symptoms improved, but then came the mental battle. Michael faced everything he'd done and everyone he'd hurt. There were days he wanted to quit, but for the first time in years, he had hope. After 6 months, Michael completed the program. He was 39, had no money, no house, no job, still owed $300,000, but he was sober. Pastor James offered him a transitional house for recovering addicts. Michael looked for work, and finally, Mr. Garcia, a former alcoholic himself, gave him a chance, making $2,000 monthly. He worked excellently, and Mr. Garcia gradually increased his pay. Michael attended AA meetings every evening and church on Sundays. Following the 12-step program, he asked forgiveness from everyone he'd hurt. He called his mother, who hadn't spoken to him in 2 years. She cried, saying she'd never stopped praying. The hardest was calling Patricia. He told her he was sober and asked forgiveness. She said he needed time to prove he'd really changed. Michael also faced his debts, calling each creditor. After negotiations, his debt reduced from $300,000 to $120,000. After a year sober, Michael started giving his testimony at church. His story helped other addicts see hope. Pastor James asked him to lead a support group. Michael started Free in Christ, which grew from 3 people to 50 within a year. In year 2, Patricia called saying the kids wanted to see him. Their first meeting was emotional, but marked a new beginning. By year 3, Mr. Garcia offered Michael 50% partnership in the shop. Michael accepted, and the business thrived. By year 4, Michael had paid all his debt, $120,000. By year 5, he bought the rest of the shop and became sole owner. By year 6, he was making $15,000 monthly, completely debt-free. Today, year 8, Michael is 46, 8 years sober, owns his shop debt-free, employs 4 people, and has strong relationships with his kids. His ministry has helped over 50 people enter rehab. "I hit rock bottom," he said. "I lived on the streets, ate from dumpsters, lost everything. But God found me in the mud and lifted me up, not because I deserved it, but because He is good." You just spent 8 minutes for God, 8 minutes to grow in wisdom, faith, and peace. See you tomorrow. Verse for your meditation: "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away, behold, the new has come." 2 Corinthians 5:17.